bit later on. But in the meantime, thousands of migrants stranded. Hungary closed off the border with Serbia, constructing a razor wire topped fence. So there are more walls around Europe and the Middle East than maybe you realize. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has caused a stir with his idea for North America.
We're going to build a wall. And Mexico's going to pay for the wall. Believe me.
With me now, Sabrina Schecter, Independent Women's Forum, Democratic strategist and CEO of Majority Ohio, Cliff Schecter. Sabrina, I'd like to start with you because we spoke with Home Depot's co-founder, Bernie Marcus, yesterday. Here's what he said about Donald Trump's idea.
You can't solve these problems by talking about the stupidity of people, and people are dumb and everybody else is dumb and I'm smart. You have to do it by coming out with real facts and real problem solvers. And if you don't have that, you're not going to solve the problems.
So Bernie Marcus is more or less a fan of Donald Trump's, but he just seems to say that that wall idea is absurd. What is your take?
Right. Yeah, look, I think there's no one here today that doesn't admit that we have an immigration challenge in this country. But I think one of the big questions to ask is what is sort of driving the problem? And one of the things is that we have a very large welfare state. There's a lot of sort of reason for people to come here. And a wall is not simple. That's not really dealing with the root of the problem. We need to figure out how can we make sure that people who want to be here, who want to work, who want to pay taxes, and who want a path to citizenship are doing that in a legal fashion, and that we are not enabling illegal immigration. That's going to be much more effective than trying to sort of alienate people and make this no longer a free country that people come to, that people come to from around the world.
So, Cliff, picking up on Sabrina's point of view, Hungary has been very clear in its argument, saying, honestly, we are a poor country. We can barely support who's here. That's a harder argument, is it not, for the U.S. to make?
Well, that's a hard argument to make, but we can make the simple argument that a wall's not going to work. I mean, look, there's a huge difference. What you've got in this country is 40% of undocumented workers here, those that are staying here, overstaying their visas, are coming in via airplane, which I don't think a wall is going to do a very good job of stopping. History proves once again that if people want to get across a border, they'll get across a border. You know, we can ask East Berlin about that in the past. You can go back in history. It doesn't work. In addition to that, this is going to cost us $20 billion. So the question becomes, you already can't stop 40% of people. You know, if people are digging under this wall or coming around it, finding other ways in, we're going to spend that $20 billion. Who's paying for that? And so none of this makes any sense. There's a number of reforms. In fact, the reform that Marco Rubio originally offered before he backed away from it, yeah, we can do what Ronald Reagan did in 1986. We can offer amnesty. We can offer a path to citizenship. We can realize that these people have put down roots here, and we can move towards the economy that they're giving us, so the benefits that we get from their being here.
All right. Well argued on both sides. Thank you. Sabrina Schecter joining us there, Independent Women's Forum. Cliff Schecter, CEO of Majority Ohio. Well, speaking of debate,